What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Ronin gameplay, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Rogue Company 2023 Summit that happened over on Discord. So let's head over and let's talk about it. So this is a post over on Twitter. This is actually a post by Gummy Bear Vomit, who was kind of like the host of the forum or summit. I prefer the word summit, but they're calling it a forum. But these are the takeaways from that, right? I'm going to highlight like the questions that are here and just kind of hit the high points whenever we take it back up on top. So top priority for Rogue short term right now is balance changes to weapons, perks, gadgets, and or abilities. Top priority for Rogue for long term and future: balance changes across the board, a server update, bug fixes, adding content, which would be lore, events, cosmetics, game modes, rogues, etc. So question one, in your honest opinion, what is hurting Rogue Company right now from thriving as an active game? Question number two, what are the top 3 realistic changes you'd like to see for Rogue that will improve its quality of life? Question number 3, why do you continue to play Rogue? What's going on? This was very interesting. So one of Cryptic, who was one of the community managers for Paladins, actually kind of stepped in and kind of helped moderate all of this information. So let's hear what they have to say. Rogue Company endured a lot of layoffs in the last year, as did other game companies due to lack of funding. With the lack of funding and staff to work on the game has been moved over to another development team whose primary focus is on other game titles, Rogue Company being the least priority. With the lack of funding and staff, addressing all of the community's needs will take more time than expected or previously in the past. The community outcry for change in this game is heard and very valid. It will just take more time. And then lastly, we come in with community change ideas, such as how do we as a community get ourselves out there and increase player population for the game. So I'm going to take this at question number 1. In your honest opinion, what is hurting Rogue Company right now from thriving? And of course, it's the same cookie cutter stuff that's been happening here. Bugs, balance issues, lack of marketing completely. The servers are in shambles. Lack of communication from the developers. Jared did a really good job, but since Jared's no longer there is a huge lack of communication there. Lack of content. So the battle pass and event passes are here. We get them whenever we get them. They took the countdown timer from when we're supposed to get the next event pass out of the game, just like they took the player levels out of the game and their ranks out of the game so that it wouldn't cause a lot of issues and things like that. It's like if we take it away or if we hide it, then we stop receiving questions about it. And it's like, yeah, for your average person that's logging in for the game to play it once a week or a couple of times a week, then yeah, they're not going to pay any attention to it being gone. But for all of us that have been there this whole time, hey, where's the countdown timer? When are we going to get anything about the game? When are we going to get all this stuff? Weapon mastery, of course, is a huge point of contention that we've talked about here. Lack of freedom in custom games, lack of skill-based matchmaking in ranked and cheaters. And then I threw my 2 cents on there during the actual summit. In my honest opinion, what is hurting Rogue Company? The biggest thing that I think has hurt Rogue Company as a whole is the fact that you've had different lead designers come in and actually push the game into very different directions, right? You had Gandhi in there that was wanting to make it a tactical, more CSGO-esque type of game. You had Pretty Hair that came in that said, screw everything Gandhi was doing. We're going to make all of it focused on respawn game modes and more of an arena shooter and an RNG, play style. Then you have another person come in that does something different. Another person comes in. That hurts the game, right? Because the game has no specific identity to it. To me, Rogue Company is demolition, right? Because that's what I enjoy playing. Now, Strikeout is there. It's terrible game mode, but it's there, and I play it from time to time. Quick Play is there. It's got some decent game modes in there. And I play it from time to time, but that's not Rogue Company. Rogue Company to me is demolition, whereas Rogue Company to a lot of other people may be Strikeout. But that's a problem, right? Because the game can mean different things to different people based on like what they enjoy doing and how they enjoy playing the game. But there's no like sense of true identity. Therefore, there's no sense of true balance because Respawn game modes and single life game modes in Rogue Company are night and day, right? You can't have the same type of balance and the same type of like logic behind balancing things for single life game modes that you do for respawn game modes. I mean, we've seen lots of changes happen because of that. Utility going on cooldown, right? And removing the ability to drop utility all stemmed from respawn game modes, because whenever you would respawn, you'd have all your utility reset. So it turned into a utility spam strikeout game mode. Like, that's exactly what it was. That's why that change happened, right? And is that good for Demolition or is that bad for Demolition? Well, 9 times out of 10, it's bad for Demolition. You don't have the ability to play in a more tactical manner because you don't have the ability to pick up what the enemy was carrying and use it to your advantage. Then whenever you purchase stuff, it's automatically on cooldown a lot of the times. So it's hurting your Demolition players by making that change. I understand why they made the change. I don't think it was a bad change necessarily, but it hurts one of your 2 core gameplay experiences by making this change. That was my biggest thing that is hurting Rogue Company. No true direction, right? No true direction. Question number 2, what are the top 3 realistic changes you'd like to see for Rogue that will improve its quality of life? Changes to perks and abilities, changes to melees, more 6v6 game modes, remove weapon mastery, remove cooldowns, add more content, add Palace and Wanted into ranked demo, adding MVP rewards, more respawn points on maps, address reviving issues between support and non-support rogues, higher/uncapped rogue masteries, higher/uncapped player account levels, reworking legendary, epic, crackshot, and armor, better report system, more boosts. I mean, this is all over the place, right? This scale is ridiculously all over the place. A lot of this stuff we've been talking about for a very long time. The perk system needs to be completely looked at and reworked, especially since speed and toughness has gone away. Melees have been an issue in the game since day one. There was only one small period of time where the melees were actually balanced, right? Actually balanced. But they opened up melee mastery and it threw all that out the window. That goes back to point number 1, where you have all these different mentalities trying to like push their thoughts and direction of the game forward. And because of that, you have a gigantic issue like melee mastery, right? That causes melees to feel busted. That's exactly what it is. A lot of this other stuff is no-brainer stuff, right? Why do we not have MVP rewards? Why do we have the little pop-up things that happen on your screen whenever you're playing the game? Like whenever you down someone that's jumping, or whenever you down someone while you're in air, all this stuff. If it doesn't contribute to anything, right? You get all these medals while you play, but you can't see them. It doesn't contribute to anything. So it feels like a null system. Take it out of the game. I don't need 4,000 things popping up on my screen if I can't see and collect those things whenever I'm playing. It doesn't make any sense. So there's a lot of work that they could do quality of life wise. And I think quality of life really comes down to they need to balance the game. They need to address the server issues, and they need to like streamline some of the systems that currently are in the game. I still can't equip skins. I still can't equip emotes. I still can't equip any type of gliders or anything like that. That's a problem. I have a friend list bug that's existed for 3 years. That's a problem. Those are quality of life changes that need to be addressed and fixed almost immediately. Why do you continue to play Rogue Company? We all know why we continue to play Rogue Company. It's one of those things where you have something so unique and so interesting and so outside of the box that like is just absolutely fun and incredible to play. And it's like you give it to a 3-year-old child and they don't know what to do with that. That's what Rogue Company feels like as a whole. It's fun, it's interesting, it's unique. It also has a low skill ceiling, right? Anybody can come in and do good, right? It's catered around the casual playing experience, right? So that's why we continue to play Rogue Company, is because it's not super hardcore, right? It's not like playing CSGO or Valorant constantly. It's not like playing Warzone or Call of Duty or anything like that. There's a lot of love for the game, but it feels like all of that love and all those interesting ideas and unique perspectives were given to a 4-year-old, and that 4-year-old just doesn't know what to do with it, right? So we, as the community, were given this great gift of a game, right? And then that great gift was then passed on to a 4-year-old, and we're all sitting around like, what are we doing here? You know, so that's exactly what it feels like. Lastly, how do we as a community get ourselves out there and increase player population? I mean, we've seen a lot of strides that's happened where you've got people that stream the game, then they quit streaming the game. We've had a lot of content creators that create content over on YouTube or TikTok, whatever content creation service they use. Then they quit creating rogue content because they either get burnt out on the game, they're not satisfied with their experience, they're just not having a fun time with it anymore. And I think that that's really what it comes down to. Like, if I'm a content creator for the game, I've slowed down on making rogue content because they're not giving us anything to make content on. Like, this last event pass was put in November, right? And it's probably going to be in there until Valentine's Day. Like, I don't know that for certain, but that's probably how long it's going to be in there. So what am I going to make content about? Right? Unless I just upload gameplays, right, of me playing the game. But that's not the type of content creator I am. So me as a person, I've got to scramble to either come up with ideas, or I pivot to a different type of content and make content on a different type of game. And then I'm not positively contributing to the game any longer. So it's a terrible ecosystem as a whole. A lot of people say that, how do you increase player population whenever there's a tournament that increases player population? Okay, that's true, but we're going to put a gigantic asterisk next to that, right? Because it increases the player population during the tournament event, right? Because you have people that haven't played the game in a while coming back in to play the tournament, but then they don't play the game until there's another tournament. That's an issue, right? That is a huge issue. You want your competitive people to play the game passionately in public matches or ranked, right? Same as you want your people that are playing, casually to adventure into ranked matches and potentially competitive at some point. Like, you don't want that player population to boom whenever you have a tournament and then it dwindle back down because of the fact that they don't enjoy playing the game for whatever reason, whether it be, ranked or public matches. That's a problem. So anybody that thinks that like the competitive side of gaming, the competitive side of a rogue company is keeping the game alive, first of all, is absolutely incorrect. They have no idea what they're talking about. And second of all, a lot of those competitive players don't play the game after the tournament's done. So they're not positively contributing to the game as a whole. So they're just as much a problem as everything else at that point, right? So I think that there's a lot of strides that they could make. There's a lot of things like, if you don't enjoy playing the game, then why are you playing tournaments, right? It's almost like there should be a minimum rank requirement for you to play competitively. Like, that would drive a lot of people to play the game, right? Because if they want to play competitively for money, they're going to get to diamond, or they're going to get to fucking whatever rank that they need to get to in order to play competitively. But there's a lot of things that could happen. But I don't think that it's the responsibility of us to be the ones that make the game successful. That's on the developers. That's on the producers of the game. My job as a content creator, is to put myself out there and to give my thoughts and opinions and feedback on the problems and the issues, the good and the bad within the game, right? I stream the game, have a good time. We play custom matches. We play public matches, whatever. We do our thing, right? I do my thing. My job as a player is to enjoy playing the game. If I don't enjoy playing the game, then that is a developer problem. If the developers don't know how to retain a population within a video game after they've put out at least 5 to 7 video games at this point, then you need to reevaluate the people that are working for your company. This is not our responsibility. At least I don't feel like this is our responsibility. Sure, we can try to make strides, but it's all going to fall flat because we don't have the support that we need from the developers. Oh, having someone say, yeah, that's a great idea, we support you, is not the same as having actual legitimate support. If there's tournaments happening, why aren't there people giving codes away during that? Why are the developers not giving people that are streaming the games codes to be able to broadcast it? There is a lot of issues here. The developers could do a lot of small things and make a lot of small moves to increase the popularity of the game just by advertising. I can throw $5 on Facebook and create a Facebook ad and let it run for 20,000 people. And if you get 400 people playing the game, that is a net positive in my opinion, right? So there's a lot of strides that the developers need to do. We don't need to be looking at this from a community aspect. The developers need to be looking at this in-house. How do they increase player retention? How do they increase downloads? How do they increase people being interested in the game? This is not on us. This is on them. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know this video is a little bit longer. It boils my blood, you know, whenever we're not at fault here. I'm just going to say that. We're not at fault. We're not the reason why the game is not performing as well as the game should have, right? We come in here and we play the game. If the game isn't fun or interesting or holding our attention or providing a good experience, that's not our fault. That's the developer's fault, right? There is an idea of an unrealistic expectation, right? But whenever you play the game and the expectation is set from that first time playing the game and it maintains for a while and then it immediately changes, that's not our fault. That's the developer's fault. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays and also on Sundays, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Can't see her. Oh, I'm getting shot from across the way.
Behind us. God.
There is no way.
That group.
Behind that.
Yeah.
Got him.
He just fell in the water.
I'm planted the bomb.
Bomb's active. Don't let them disarm it.
The other chick's still down. Nope, they got her. They're right here.
Oh, so she's back there now.
Enemy spotted.
He's right there. Yeah, he's right there in front of her. She vaulted up top. Oh, she got... Okay. The other one
Yeah.
is coming to you on your
On your
left.
Enemies have been
Yeah. I'm going to watch this catwalk right here.
I'm just gonna follow you. Oh,
Yep.
he snapped.
Yep. They're going A. I'm blocking this off. That pushed them back into the boat. Alright, I'm cutting across. Yep, they're up there.
Right here. She low.
Ow.
I got her.
Oh no! Oh,
We're getting flanked.
rocket, rocket.
I had to dip out.
Got him up. This one we gotta worry about.
She's moving off to the right up here.
Hurt her. Less than.
enemies eliminated.
Oh,
Yeah, boy. You know.
yeah.
Evening, fellas.
What's going on, man?
Chilling.
I'm revealed. Yeah, they're coming through. They're coming through boat.
Bro, why is he alone? Ooh, sniper.
There's like three up there. I'm dead. I'm dead as fuck.
Bombs on there.
They're on me. One above you.
Whoa. Good shit.
I hear her. Yeah, here she comes. She's there. God damn.
I'm gonna die.
Oh, hang on now.
Friendlies eliminated.
Yep.
That's gonna hurt our reputation.
Come on, let them know where you at.
Yep, they're over here.
Yeah, they're up there for sure. I'm not even gonna try to get him up. Here they come.
Okay. So they're still just hard push.
To my right. She's one. Behind you.
Wait a minute on this
Just
bitch
one
now.
All enemies have
Oh,
been eliminated.
Okay.
I'm gonna go watch this little. They kind of look like they cut over here.
They're in the mid. I hear them.
Totally number one.
Yeah, there's one in this door. They're healing.
Enemies have armed the bomb.
Someone got
Disarm
red.
it. Bomb spotted.
I'm defusing.
You all made that look easy.
Oh, they surrender.
Good.
So soon?
Well, they still lost. Fuck out of here. Ah, pinstripe pants.
They look good.
They
They look good on you.
Do what I can do. I got them at Goodwill.
So your Call of Duty account got banned?
Yeah.
Why?
Probably because of that stuff that happened the other night where because I didn't know this, but apparently Warzone is available on Steam and somebody linked their Steam account to my account.
I was on there with you the night it happened.
Oh.
You were like,
Yeah.
I just got an email.
Yeah.